I don't even know what to title this because it started with one point and then it ended with another point. So there's a few things I want to talk about. I think there's a few things, I mean, from the prayer requests, from seeing the market all the way down to what's been going on and, just other stuff I've been listening to. And I got to listen to something yesterday and it was I liked it. I liked it a lot. So there's a couple things. I will tell you this. I am going to read from the Bible today, and I'm probably going to give you the most messed up story in the Bible that you ever. It's like, honestly, and I don't think it's the most messed up until you really look at it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So let me start with, I'm going to start it off deep. Can I start it off deep? Is that okay? Do you guys want me to start off deep, or do you want me to start off with the scenario? Some of you aren't going to like this. Okay, but I love you. My question: is ambition killing you? Damn. Do you hear what I said? Is ambition killing you, my friends? That's where I'm going to start it out with. So, growth is good, right? We're here for personal development. You guys are here to better yourself, do a lot of things, right? So, let me ask you this though: is the ambition killing you? I'm not saying growth is bad. I'm not saying doing more isn't good, because that is good. Getting better is good. You know what I'm saying? But really, for some people out here, I really hope you listen to this, because a lot of people want to answer that one real quick. But is it killing you? Is there ever enough? That's my question. Is there ever a point of where it's enough? Otherwise, my real question is there a hole somewhere? See? Because that's why I'm asking this question, because growth is good. But do you feel good about your growth? Like, some of you have grown and done so much. All of you, I mean, at one point you were shitting in your pants, and now you could walk and talk and do all of this. But you do feel good about it. That's what I'm starting with. Because if you don't, every time you get something, it's like there's a little hole in there. And that's what I'm curious at, because for some people I've been seeing, and I see this in myself at different levels in my life. I've gone through this. It's like, doesn't matter whatever you keep putting into it or completing. It's like something leaks out and there's still a hole. You go from what you said, I wish I never had this. Then you get it, and now you still feel the same way. Now you want more. Now you're like, oh, I can't wait. Once I do this, everything's going to be like this. And then you do it, and then there's more. You see? So this is the first question I'm asking. Is there ever going to be a time where you are going to actually count your blessings and be thankful? That's it. And again, you could want more. You could do more. I want you guys to all get better and all do good. But my question to some people, is there ever going to be a moment where you will actually be like, you know what? I have been blessed. I have made it pretty far. I have all this, all of this different stuff. That's the question. Okay? So think about that. Now, this is going to relate to a story I'm going to talk to you about with the Bible, and it's kind of messed up. And this is why this whole ambition thing is important, because I think for a lot of people out there, I see it a lot with the stock market. I see it a lot on this journey for finances, everything, because I feel like a lot of people, no matter what level they're at, they feel like it's either not enough, or the thing that's stressing them out is something just so it's in left field. It just doesn't make sense all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of you guys, you will say you're in this position when you got more than what you're saying you have. Or some people, you're like, wow, why would you be like that if you had this? Now, it's not to say you should be like this, you should be like that. Nah, it's just more along the lines of what's making and driving people to feel a certain way. And I read this story in the Bible yesterday, and I think it relates to it. And I'll read you guys this story, but I would ask you this. Are you more concerned with position versus purpose? Or over than purpose, I should say. Are you more concerned with the position of where you're at or the purpose in your life and what you should be doing every single day? And how your effect on the world, your effect on your family, the people. Are you more concerned if you're just in a position that says you have this much money, or you got this, you did that? That's the question. And you'll see when I read you the story. But, you know, even at one level, you guys are going to, you know, you're always going to get through every stage, right? Whether it's position or purpose, it doesn't matter what you want. And this is what this story is going to reveal. There's a process to everything. But the point is, if you're always focusing on the position of something versus the purpose, you're going to miss a lot. You know, and even some of you guys, like what you're going through now, like some of you are moving on, advancing in life. And some people would say, you know, you're going to, when you reach that stage in life, you know that, or when you reach that quote unquote next stage, what do you think's going to happen? Do you guys get what I'm saying? I guess what I'm trying to say is, you start off at one level. You're like, I want more money. You get more money. You're like, I want more of this. You get to that level. But now, once you get to that next stage, like, what's going to happen? That's what I want to, like, have any of you thought about that? Like, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, some of you are stressed out right now over X amount of dollars. You're like, I just need to get to this level. So what do you think is going to happen when you get to that next level? You know, you get to what you think is going to be the next level. And guess what happens now? That new position comes with new problems. You see, this is why I'm asking people, is ambition kind of killing some of you? Because now you're at one position, you're dealing with these problems, and you're just trying so hard to get to this next problem or this next position, failing to realize the problems that are going to come with it. So let me read you the verse now. Okay? I'm going to read you the Bible verse, and I'm going to explain to you how messed up this is. It's probably one of the most messed up things ever when you really think about it. Matthew 20:20. Isn't that funny? So here's let me read it to you. Let me read the beginning. I'm going to go up a little earlier so you could understand the context, okay? So it happens. Jesus again predicts his death. As Jesus was going to Jerusalem, he took 12 disciples aside privately and told them that what was going to happen to him. Listen, he said, we're going up to Jerusalem, where the Son of Man will be betrayed to the leading priests and the teachers of religious law. They will sentence him to die. Then they will hand him over to the Romans to be mocked, flogged with a whip, and crucified. But on the third day, he will be raised from the dead. Okay? That's the first part. Picture that. It's kind of crazy. You'll see what I'm saying. Just that's the first part. Then, instantly right after, then the mother of James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came to Jesus with her sons. She knelt respectfully to ask for a favor. What is your request? He asked. She replied, in your kingdom, please let my sons sit in places of honor next to you, one on your right and the other on your left. But Jesus answered by saying to them, you do not know what you're asking. Are you able to drink from the bitter cup of suffering I'm about to drink? Oh, yes, they replied, we're able to. Jesus told them, you will indeed drink from my bitter cup, but I have no right to say who will sit on my right or left. My Father has prepared those places for the ones he's chosen. And then he goes on, and then he says, you know, if you serve, that's how you're going to be the leader and all that. But let's go back to this story. Do you realize how messed up this story is? Why is this story messed up? Does anybody know? I don't. Let's see if anybody got it. What makes this such like wow, that's a messed up, like, damn. Like, if this happened to you, you would feel bad. You know that? All of you would feel bad if this happened. All of you have had this happen to you. I'm assuming the kids did not make it. Isn't it funny? So part of this story, both of them are already disciples. Isn't that great? So their mom comes up with them and asks them for this. They're already disciples. They already got to spend all this time with Jesus. And now she's asking to be put on the right side of honor. Beautiful, right? So this is why it's messed up. Do you realize how it started? It says Jesus started and he took 12 of his homies. He brought them together privately. It's like this intimate moment. He's telling them like, hey, man, they're about to kill me. This is what's going to happen. It's going to be this. He said, first, they're going to mock me. They're going to crucify. They're going to beat me. They're going to crucify. He said all of this, right? Imagine that. You sat down all of your friends. You brought your closest friends. You're trying to explain to them how you're about to move and change your life or do something. You say, imagine if you told them you're about to die. Come on. So you sit all of your friends. You have this little intimate setting. You tell all of them. And then what's the first thing that happens? Right away, instantly. There wasn't even a paragraph delay. The first thing that happens, these two guys and their mom come up to Jesus and they say, hey, I know you're about to die, man, but can you do something before you go? Imagine that. You tell your friends, hey, I'm about to die. And they're like, oh, shit. Can I have your PlayStation? Oh, damn, you're not going to need that car anymore then, huh? Oh, isn't that messed up? Am I tripping? That's what this story's about. That's just how it played out. That's just go read it. Go read the same stories in Luke too. And it plays out the same way in both sections of the Bible. Jesus predicts his death. And then right away they ask him for something. They don't even care. There's no like, whoa, oh my gosh, That's why I'm asking. Like some of you guys, and like this is what I'll tell you. Some of you guys get all sad, because you've had this moment. You've sat down all of your friends. You've sat down people close to you. You've told them about something, and the response wasn't what you expected. Instead of them kind of supporting you, encouraging you, whatever it may have been, what did you get instead? You're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. That happened to Jesus on the days before he died. So this is why I'm bringing up this story. Do you see how it relates to ambition? Because if I didn't know any better, I would say that's a very ambitious lady. Those are very ambitious disciples. Do you see what's going on? They've already got to spend time with Jesus. They got to do all of this stuff. And even on this big day, whatever it may have been, the first thing they're asking for is, hey, yo, can I get a new position? So if you die, can I be on the right side? Can you give me a promotion before you go? That's the first thing that comes out. And then you know what God even says? Jesus is like, yo, he said, you don't even want this. He's saying like, you don't know what you're asking for. He literally says, are you able? And they even respond. Imagine that. How many of you have done this? I've done it. Oh my gosh. They even respond to him and say, yeah, I could drink the bitter cup. Of course I could drink that bitter cup. Bring it on. Oh my gosh. Have you ever asked for something and then realized you didn't want it later? I'm telling you, let me give you, this story yesterday. It got me really, really thinking on a really, really deep level where I was like, I have asked for a lot of things, but I was like, do I? I don't know. Do I really know what I'm signing up for? What's in the cup? That's what Jesus was asking him. He's saying, you want a new position. I get it. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, sure. The context is a little weird, but what's in the cup? Do you know what is going to happen? He just told them before what he said. I'm about to get mocked, beaten, and killed. Are you sure you want that? That's why I asked some of you guys, when you're at this level that you're stressing about right now, killing yourself over, when you get to the next level, what do you think is going to be in that cup? Like some of you just want the next level, but do you know what's in the cup? That's what's being asked. So it's funny because this shows a little bit of of the process of promotion. And now this is where it gets positive, because there is an answer for this that we have to talk about. But there is a process. This is why, if I could give any of you a positive message before he tells them before they ask him for something, he says, they're going to mock me, they're going to beat me, and they're going to kill me. And then I will rise again. That's what it says. That's the whole text. So that's good. I hope it shows you the process of promotion. You know what's going to happen? You're probably going to get mocked. You're probably going to get beaten. And something's probably going to die before you rise again and go to the next level. Oh, sorry. They don't feel me, man. See, I try to apologize before telling you don't feel me. Very, very important. Have you guys not realized? That's why I'll tell some of you, when you start seeing trouble escalate in your life, that's usually a sign of promotion on the way. Because that's when now the devil has to start working a little bit. Because that's a big problem. So that's the progress of promotion. Those are the steps. So now some of you think this whole time you're letting your ambition kill the energy. You're letting it suck the life out of you. But if you were able to realize where you're at in this stage right now, it's probably because you're going to go to another level here. But you can't be focused on just the level as much as what it's going to take to get there, or what it's going to take to survive. So it's funny, because this has to do with that cup again. You know, that lady, she didn't realize it, and that's why I asked, because like I said, I got really deep with this yesterday. I had to really think about this myself, and I had to ask myself, is this what I really want? Like, what do I really want in life? I have plans, I have goals, I have these ideas. I say, is this what I really want? Because this lady is coming up to God. She said, give me this, go promote my sons. Like, she's literally asking for her kids to die. Do you realize that? Do you realize how crazy that is? He just said, I'm going to get killed. All of this is going to happen. Are you sure you want this for your kids? They're going to go through the same thing I did. And she said, yeah, please. And they're like, oh, yeah, we got this. Huh? How many of you have taken that deal? How many of you have just said, I want it no matter what? This is when you hear stories about people signing bad contracts. You see people, when you look back on your life and you're like, damn, why did I do that 5 years ago? I can't understand that. You know why? Because you were focused on the position more than the purpose. You didn't care what was going to happen. You care more on the position. I've been like that. This is why it's wild, because he said, if you want my position, you have to drink from the same cup. That's why this cup thing is so important. Because you can't get the position without the cup. Every single position has its own level of responsibilities and stuff that you need to do. Can you guys realize that today? So we never have to talk about this? For real. Every single level, good or bad. But even if you think I'm going to get more things in life, you don't think it's going to come with stuff? Like, you don't think more money, more problems? You don't think you're going to get all of this? It's very key. People want the promise, but a lot of people are not thinking about the cup or the problems. Everybody wants acknowledgement without agony. You want to make money without work. All sorts of different stuff where it's like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you don't get to a high level without failing miserably. Honestly, for some of you who need to realize that. Like, you're not going to get to a high level knowing how to handle people and this and that if you don't deal with anybody. You're going to have to get ignored before somebody gives you any attention. You know that, right? Some of you guys have talents, you have businesses, and you're confused why people aren't doing this and that. Well, this is part of it. Do you think what's going to happen when you get to the next stage? You're going to deal with it all over again. So, really, what I'm trying to explain is stop letting your ambition kill you. Because some of you are just more focused on the position, and that's why you're so ambitious about it. You think it's going to take you a certain place, and it's going to leave all the problems. It's not going to happen like that. between you and every chair that you want to sit. You want to sit in a position. You want to sit in a chair, long-term chair. Do you realize between you and every chair, there is a cup? So if you want to sit in that chair, you have to drink that cup. Do you guys, that's sounding very, very culty. But do you really want it? And do you want the pain that comes along with every position? And again, shouldn't be negative. This shouldn't be to distract anybody or discourage anybody or anything. This is just simply to say, know what you're getting into. Like, know what's in that cup. There's nothing wrong with knowing. Like, he's telling them, he's saying, yo, this is what's going to happen. Because you have to realize this. Do you guys realize every position has some level of pain? Like, you know that? Like, being a homeowner is a great position to be in. You know that? You got your own house. You got your investment. You got equity. You got a place to live. That's beautiful. Oh, but there's still some pain. You got to pay taxes. Oh, you didn't know that you have to change the air filter. Oh, you got to mow the lawn. You got to do all of this. You got to handle that. You got to handle this. You know, that car you got is nice. You know what I'm saying? You waited. You saved up for it. You got it. You got your first big deal. You got your car. But guess what? You still got to put gas in it. Still got to change the tires. You still got to fix up the brakes. Do you see the point? It's pretty, everything comes with something. So how come this is blinding us through ambition? And honestly, this is now one of the best points. This is where it gets good. You know that? I love it. I can't, I'm telling you all this stuff. Some of you may feel like it's kind of negative. I don't know how you feel about it so far. I think it's beautiful. It helped me really ask what I really wanted out of life. It got me to really sit down. I felt like I came closer to my goals with this, but then it buried down to one thing. It's just saying, like, really, my next question is, okay, like, let's say I wanted the cup. I wanted that chair. Like, what do I need and how do I get there? That's what we're talking now. How are you going to get through the pain? You see? How many of you have thought, just give me the position and how can I get to the position versus how can I get through the pain? Oh, y'all don't feel me. I'm sorry, is this too deep? You want to turn stocks back on? My bad. I could go. I'll leave the Bible study room and we'll go back. Oh, that's deep. I hope you feel me. I know some of y'all act cute. Some of y'all like to act real cute about that stuff. I could only imagine the pain you live through, honestly, because I feel it. Oh, they don't feel me. See that? Come on. Have any of you failed? Have you ever been through a lot of pain? Have any of you been humbled by life? How did you get through it? Have you ever had a bitter cup? Have you been humbled? Almost mocked? Have you had a mocking situation of you? Do you know what that means? Like, has everything gone against what you stand for? Like one of those moments where you do something where the devil will always remind you, right? And he's going to be like, oh, I thought you believed in God. Oh, I thought you don't trade those. Like, damn. Like, you fix credit. You fix people's credit, but then you just got repoed. That type of experience. Like you're a hairdresser, but like you got the worst hair ever. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. That's the type of humbling. That's a mockery sometimes. Life has a funny way of doing that, right? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all are cute. I get it. But I know the real ones in here are actually like, damn. That's why you'll realize life does that to everybody, myself included. Everybody goes through this. That's why the question, that's the real pain. Those are the types of events you go through that will make, oh man, you'll never forget those the rest of your life. The devil will always remind you about it. That's why, yeah, exactly. Entrepreneur, but you're broke. Some of you be like, oh, you know all this, but you can't do that. Oh, and then that'll crush you. And that'll make you think that ambition is going to get you out of there. How do you get through that? See? I don't know. Maybe I'm too positive about it. But in the context of here, guess what? You're going to get beaten. You're going to get mocked. You're going to get crucified. That's the steps. And then you will rise again. That's the point. Some of you want to get to the next level without learning to take the loss. You have to. We've all been humbled before. That's the idea here. You have to learn how to lose so you can learn how to win. That is the whole point of the cup. That's it. See, I know we could get real deep with this, but I hope you stuck with me. This is a very strategical philo. Do you understand that? It's the most cultiest shit you've ever heard. That's the purpose of the cup. That cup of pain, that cup of work, and then the pain and that come with those new levels, whatever it may be, is sitting right there. But that's the purpose of it, to teach you how to win. But you can't learn how to win till you've learned how you lost. Oh, come on. Come on. So, in all of this now, there was one word that just stuck out to me. All of it, for real. And it was grace. That's what it came down to. How do you do that then? How do you drink that cup? How do you handle that cup and keep going? If I have to sit in this chair is the only way I could get to the position I want, I have to drink from this bitter ass cup. How? How can you tell me, like, literally, that's what Jesus did. Like, that's a crazy concept. How did he do that and go there? But now, how are you going to expect the same thing out of me when I'm just a human? Like, I still got the internet nowadays. I have all of this shit surrounding me. Oh, man. Faith is one thing, but I don't know if it's faith. Because, again, I messed up really bad in my life. So every time I try to have faith, the devil keeps reminding me about last time. It's hard to have faith when I can't really see it and I've been trying for a long time. Faith is necessary, indeed. But what is the answer here? The answer is grace. It just hit different for me. I'll explain it to you, but it's grace. That's what I hope some of you realize you have. It's for real. And some of you have looked at every I thought this yesterday. I was like, man, I focus so much on wisdom. I'm a guy who loves wisdom so much that I totally forgot about grace. Yeah, I know about faith. Yeah, but I totally forgot about grace. You can have all the faith in the world, but then that means there should be a hand in hand with grace. Some of you are wise. You could get wisdom, but there's a different level of wisdom once you understand how grace mixes into everything. Once you realize not everything is in your control. There's a sovereign God. He does what he wants. You have to know how grace, that's real wisdom. Yeah, I pray for wisdom a lot. I do need more grace. Amen. That's what I prayed for yesterday. And that's the point of what I'm telling you here today. You know, it's one thing to really think about what you're asking for. That's what I really got down to yesterday. And I was thinking about that. And you know, remember, ask for capacity, not more water. That was a good one. That's what I was thinking, and how, you know, what I want and what I'm asking for, making sure that my ambition is not getting in the way of what I want, making sure that I know what's in the cup, and then seeking God. So I was like, how am I going to deal with this cup? But 2, here's the answer. Grace is how you make it through all of this. Y'all don't feel me. Y'all don't feel me, and that's okay. I have to explain it to you. Because that's how you're going to progress through all of this. It's just what it says in the process. You'll be beaten, you will be mocked, you'll be crucified. And then it says you will rise again. That is grace. How am I going to, if every position has a cup, and those cups are bitter, and every level comes with more problems, Every position has more problems. How am I going to do this? I hope you know grace does not mean that you won't get hurt. It simply means you will not die. Oh, I don't know if you feel me on that. That's the whole point of this. That's why the faith will keep you going. This is why you have to keep trying. This is why you have to really take into account what's in that cup and what you want and where you're going for. Because you will get there. How am I going to get there, Josh? Because grace. It doesn't mean there's not going to be any pain. It doesn't mean you're not going to have to go through problems because, again, you have to learn how to win. You have to lose so you can learn how to win. But how are you going to progress from being a loser to a winner? Well, that's where the grace comes in. That's why you have to keep trying because you know you have the grace of God. That's why I do it. I know I have the grace. I don't know how I do it. You see, that's the whole point. That's why you keep managing to put one foot in front of the other. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how I did it. Go look back in your lives. How the fuck did you end up here? It was grace. That's it. You went up and down, but little by little, one foot kept going in front of the other, and you kept walking until where you're at today. That's grace. That's it. You just had the ability to keep going. It doesn't mean that you suffered problems, losses, pain. Like Joseph in the Bible, all the people in the Bible, a lot of them, they saved the world. They did all this crazy stuff. They all went through a lot of pain, but they had the grace of God to keep going. Joseph got thrown in prison, sold into slavery, accused. Paul was put in prison. A lot of people, all this different stuff. But the point was they had the grace to keep going. Like, honestly, amen. Some of you had the grace to not lose your shit. I'm not talking your money. I'm talking your mind. Oh, y'all don't feel that's. I don't know. I should have lost my mind a long time ago. All the stuff I've done in my life, all the stuff I messed with, everything. I was like, oh man, I don't know how. Like, you think I'm consistent because I'm consistent? Fuck out of here. It's grace. I don't know how. Some of you, I don't know how you're still alive. It's crazy. So that's what it's coming down to. You're not going to die, but it doesn't mean you won't get hurt. So honestly, if I could give you anything today, this is why I said, I don't know, this one got me really hyped. I just bless y'all with some grace, man. Honestly, I think some of y'all need to receive it. Some of y'all should just look to God and say, thank you for gracing me, or give me more grace. Honestly, that's all it's boiling down to. Because that's all you need. That's it. You need the grace to keep going. That's it. The grace to continue, to get to that next level, to keep going at that next level, to deal with the problems, to deal with the pain, to deal with the ups and downs, both up and down. That's all grace. That's all you need. I know, easier said than done. I know it sounds very, oh, this is cute and all that, but it's for real. It's this ability to keep going. No matter what, it's unexplainable. And I really encourage you to go look back at your life and try to explain it. You probably will come up with some reason, but at the end of the day, you still kept putting one foot in front of the other, and now you are here. So I hope you know you're being graced for your assignment. Maybe some of you just needed a reminder of this today. That it wasn't your ambition. It wasn't what you did. It wasn't this. It wasn't Josh. It wasn't that person. It wasn't any of that shit. It was just all through the grace of God. Can you accept grace? Some of y'all, you want the trophy. You want to sit next to God. You want the position. You can't accept the grace. It doesn't mean you're not grace, buddy. Sorry. You have so much grace. You could ignore the grace and still keep going. That's grace. So I don't know. I really hope some of you are just getting that grace right now for your assignment and focus on the purpose. Not the position, but the purpose. What's going to get you there? If you know you want to sit down and drink that cup, you know what it's going to take. You want to get to that level, everything. Think about that. Just need grace. So don't worry about the position. I'd worry about the grace. You have a sufficient amount. That's what God told Paul. Paul was in prison and he was in pain. And he's like, God, help me with this. And God said, no. He said, I know you have pain, but you could deal with it. He said, my grace is sufficient. You have enough grace to deal with whatever pain you want. Really, what I'm telling you right now, when I'm telling you to be grace, do you know what I'm telling you? Go get stronger. And how you going to get strong? Go ask God. That's what I'm telling you right now. That's what it simply is saying. All you're saying, hey, I want this cup. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try my best, but give me the strength. Don't get rid of my problems. Give me the strength to overcome in the middle of this environment. Do you get that? That's the point. You don't want the problems to go away. We don't. I'm sorry. I don't want my problems to go away. I'd rather be stronger than them. I want the grace to be able to know how to maneuver these situations, drink that cup, and still get to where I need to be with the same attitude, same positivity, same smile, same everything. Ooh. So, I hope you understand this. Don't let the ambition get to your head. Don't let your own efforts get to your head. Don't let the weakness give you a reason to quit. That's it. You're not a child anymore. You know that? Some of you need to start walking in your grace. Go look at your life and realize how you got here. Stop playing games and stop acting like it was this and that. And walk in your grace and not how you feel, my friends. We've had a philo on this a while ago. If you always are walking in how you feel, you're a child. I'm sorry. That's why children, they don't get something, they cry. They're hungry, they cry. However they feel, they don't know how to express it, communicate, they cry. Nah, some of you are growing up. This is what it's part of. It's saying, I'm going to walk in my grace and not how I feel. I know I feel like this. I know this happened in the past, whatever it may have been. But I also know I'm going to have more strength, and I lost so I could learn how to win. That's what I'm going to walk into. I know I may feel like this. I know there's this, but I know I'm stronger than that stuff. That's grace. So I think a lot of you have more strength than you realize, and some of you need to just focus on that. When you realize that, and instead of letting these problems and situations and circumstances weigh you down and change the outlook and vision and goal and dream you had, you got to wake up. You got to grow up and understand that the strength and the grace to overcome that's the next level. That's it. I hope you take that to the bank, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited, but that is your philosophy. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile. Press hi chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the Nightly Watch This main channel. First link for the Scrape Alerts Bootcamp and Real Estate course. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Keep it positive and respectful. You guys, don't be too shy to say hi or too high to say shy.